Hey folks, it's time
for
popcorn and blood tide. Blood on the popcorn. No, that's sorry folks. We have a movie coming up later in the show which is called Blood Tide, which we're going to look at, but we got a lot of stuff. But first of all, I'm Tim Boehme.
Matt Keeney here.
Yeah, and we're going to do the current pop culture dish and a couple of movies that are out. Later in the show, we'll have Brian Peters and myself looking at Avatar. I think Matt and I are going to discuss it in 3D. Well, Brian and I have the 2D review, so you don't get that for every show, both a 3D and a 2D.
Because there's a big difference.
Well, I got to say, we'll get into it, but there is a little bit of a difference, but I'll talk about it later. And then Jim, we don't know. Yeah, Jim's in the Outback. We're not sure if he'll make it here in time. If he does, he's got a movie called Mr. Lucky to discuss. If he doesn't, then we'll save Mr.
If he doesn't,
Lucky.
that's like an hour and a half later into the show. You won't be there anyway, so you won't know.
You'll forget all about it.
Yeah.
But either way, whether he's here or not, I'm going to discuss what I think is a much better James Cameron flick, Aliens. So.
And then Wes will be by to watch the Blood Tide 70s sex rock.
Wesley Whitfield, chemist at large. He's available for kids' parties. Make little concoctions. So anyway, let's get into the current pop culture dish. First of all, I just wanted to say, did you do any thinking about previous the best of 09 stuff? I mean, Brian and I have our best 5, but did you any best song or anything like that?
Not really, because the years bleed together
I know,
for me, so I keep forgetting.
And it's already a month into New Year. Screw last year.
I was watching the Grammys earlier last week, and there were songs. I'm like, didn't that come out 3 years ago? Like that's from last year.
That always kind of throws you when did that come out or whatever, But for some reason, I was thinking about that over the break. I guess I had some free time, and I thought, okay, best pop culture moment of 2009, Cartman singing "Poker Face."
Yeah. That was a good one.
Wasn't that awesome? And then we got best song, and I got a weird okay, I'm gonna say, just to be respectable, I'm gonna say "Gives You Hell" by the All American Rejects, because I played that song a lot. But you know what should probably be in the running at least, which unfortunately is true, is that friggin' Miley Cyrus song. Have you heard that?
I'm sure I have.
Party in the USA. I mean, it's one of those, it's like the Lady Gaga music. It just infects your brain, and it's really not. I didn't even know it was her at first. I thought they had some computer-generated voice singing it. It didn't even sound like a human voice to me, but it's freaky.
Well, the Phoenix album I reviewed
won
a Grammy. So
yeah. So
look to me for all your best music out
big
there.
ups
I'm
to
calling
Matt Keeney here. Yeah, I don't think anybody, I thought, the Fratellis didn't get any notice. And
Beyonce cleaned up, made history. And I swear to God, that one song, Put a Ring on It, I swear to God, I thought that was from 3 years ago. I guess life just flies by. I can't keep it straight anymore.
Did you see the Grammys?
I did. Well, and, the performance at the end with Eminem and Lil Wayne,
yeah.
I mean, if you saw that, you know what we're talking about, where I guess CBS is obviously real concerned about not letting anything over there that could get them fined after the Janet Jackson boob fiasco several years ago during the Super Bowl. So they're singing the song or rapping, and then there's 15 seconds of silence, throughout the entire. I mean, it seemed like 15 seconds, probably more like 3 or 4, but still. How are you supposed to enjoy that performance? Don't even have them on there. If you can't trust them not to cuss, or they can't take the cuss words out, then scrap the damn thing.
If it happened one time in the entire song, I'd say okay. But if it happens every, at least
couple
once
words
a minute,
and then,
yeah.
I mean,
and it was all the same. It wasn't just. It was Lil Wayne, Eminem. They all had something. Even whoever that other guy was.
So we should try that right now. I really love the pop culture when
unnecessary.
And, come on.
That's how it is. No, it's you say something like Adam Lambert has the biggest. Blah, blah, blah. So, never mind that. I don't even know what it is. I don't care about that guy. Or American Idol. Screw that show. What I do care about is Lost.
Yeah, it's back.
Bum, bum, bum.
The final season.
Big 2-hour premiere. For us, it was last night.
For all of us fans to be disappointed in how it ends. I just have this bad feeling.
I know.
I've wasted 6 years of my life on this show.
Did you see the tagline for next week's? It's the time for questions is over. And I'm going, oh, so you mean next episode, the time for, because I had a bunch of questions watching.
Yeah, that just came up this time.
Yeah, in this 2 hours. I'm like, oh my gosh. But it really is one of those shows you're trying to, I feel like the Big Lebowski. It's this case is very complicated. A lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous, a lot of strands to keep in old Duder's head. I mean, seriously, you're like sitting here going, like, who are those people at the temple? I mean, are those,
have they been there the whole time?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been on this island for, well, it's only been months in the show, but it seems like 6 years. They haven't stumbled across the temple yet.
They've just been hiding out, or is that like, the past has been altered, so these are new people, like new versions of the others or something. I mean, and there's like 3 different versions of John Locke. There's like dead John Locke. There's John Locke possessed by Jacob. There's John Locke in the past. I mean, if you're gonna resolve all this, dudes, and this is me, somebody who watches this stuff and thinks about it a lot. The average viewer, but who maybe doesn't see a lot of this, must be going, this is crazy. But if they've hung this far, I guess they know.
Well, and they do this every season, and even throughout the seasons where they show like the recap episode before the premiere, like they did that last night. But let's face it, if you haven't been with it since the beginning, you're not going to know any of this or start watching it now. So you're just wasting an hour of television time.
That recap.
Put the Jay Leno show in there or something.
That recap would have to be a half hour long to cover all the crap they need, because there was stuff I was thinking, man, that's something they should have put in the anyway. Yeah. But I got to say, I still was excited by it, and I thought, it's at least we know it's coming to an end, right? Right. It's going to be over soon, folks, and I think they're going to, they're not going to answer everything, but I think we'll at least get what's the overall mystery. Who knows?
Well, they finally come up with the perfect solution for if you can still kill off characters and have them in the show, just have them be possessed. So if you like Saeed's pretty bearded face, you still get to see it, even though that's probably Jacob, right?
I totally saw that coming. Did you see that coming, that he would be possessed by Jacob?
Well, I mean, once he got up, I mean, you have to figure that's Jacob, and so Saeed is Jacob, and Locke is the bad smoke, evil devil, whatever he is. And they're gonna fight and face off.
Yeah, that's what it'll come down to. Just to let's arm wrestle.
They did it a Family Guy thing where they cut to Lost and like everyone's always out of breath, like, and it's true. Everyone's out of breath. They're running through the island. Don't you think these people would be in better shape by now? Come on.
Hurley ain't getting in any better shape, I'll tell you that much.
At least they explained that by found the stash of food way back when.
Oh, and Hurley was off the island for a time, so he was probably chowing down in that sanitarium.
He owns the chicken hut or whatever.
Exactly. So anyway, I'm glad you brought up Family Guy, because this is just, total non sequitur, but it's still pop culture. Have you seen most of the episodes of that?
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Have you seen the episode where Peter finds a copy, like on a old 45, Surfing Bird?
That's the worst episode of all of them.
You hate it?
Yeah, I mean,
oh my God, I was
shoot myself.
Dying. Is it the song drives you crazy, like it drives them crazy?
Well, yeah, and they keep playing it over and over again. Just to,
so the setup for the show is that he discovers this old 45, and he has something to play it on, and it's like it's Surfing Bird by whoever, and he keeps playing it, and he keeps doing this funky little bird, the bird is a word, the bird. And then he's like, the part that really sent me over is like he's starting to mutter it in his sleep, and his wife's telling him to shut up, and then she turns the light off, and when the light comes back on, he's on top of her going the bird, and then they cut to at one point he's driving everybody crazy, and what's his name, Stewie
the blood.
At one point he puts a gun in his mouth. He's like,
there's another point where blood just starts leaking out of his nose.
So I don't know why, but that I was dying. But yeah, I guess it's always comedy is very subjective. But I was like, dang, they really do run things into the ground.
They do.
So. Well, let's see. Are we you mentioned the late night thing. Do you want to get into that at all?
Nah, that's over and done
played,
with. I do want to mention that I'm just really depressed lately because I can't live in the colorful world of Avatar. It's just this world's so bland.
I know.
And
I wish I could live in a world where every 5 steps I take, something could totally devour me within 5 seconds. If only a nice, colorful world where I could die at any minute existed.
I know, where everything has long, snaggly teeth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what? Are you people paying attention? And yeah, a world where I'd have to wear a mask all the time because I can't actually breathe the atmosphere. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That just proves that our society's insane.
I know. Have you heard, Brian said he heard something about somebody committing suicide because
I didn't hear that, but it wouldn't surprise me. I've also heard on the flip side, you have the people who are depressed because they don't live in the colorful world. Now people are saying the 3D is making them sick and making them have headaches for 2 days after the movie.
So 2 days after?
Something like that. Yeah, I saw it on the news last night. In fact, it was Channel 5, and they interviewed one of their photographers who went and saw the movie over the weekend, how she was sick. Because of the 3D a day.
Here come the lawsuits.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, let's get into it. 3D, we'll do a couple quick reviews here. What was your take? And we saw it in 3D, so this is the 3D review.
Yeah, I thought the visuals were amazing. Obviously, they revolutionized the way movies were made. The storyline was okay. I mean, again, I know James Cameron's known for the cheesy dialogue. There was some of that in there. Some of the hardcore right-wingers are talking about the liberal themes of the story. Look, I don't really. I mean, the storyline to me was just okay, but the visuals were amazing. Overall, I liked it. Should I give it a thumbs up, I guess?
Yeah, that's almost exact. I mean, I can just type up what you're saying and say that's ditto. Everything you just said. I'd recommend it for the visuals, and they are pretty friggin' awesome. I think you got to be pretty jaded at this point not to go, this looks cool. You know, I mean, I don't know what else you're seeing, but I mean, that looks as cool as this. But and I do recommend seeing it in 3D. We'll talk about later. I think the 2D has it maybe allows you to pay attention. It's not as distracting, and you can focus more on things like plot. And to me, the script didn't seem like much. I thought it was a little bit better when I could focus more on it and seeing it in the 2D version. But I agree. It's an average script. Maybe a little bit better than average. But the visuals are so great.
And the fact that there wasn't one, piece of wood, piece of brick used in the movie at all. I mean, they didn't build anything. There were no sets.
That's interesting.
So, and I think there are a lot of movies that are mostly green screen kind of technology, but you think at some point they're probably using some kind of set here or there in some scene. I don't think there was one. I mean, at least I couldn't pick it out if there was one. Let's put
Here's
it that way.
how it messed up. I mean, I don't know what happened with my perceptions here or what, but something about seeing it in 3D or whatever. Somehow I was convinced that there was no human acting or any. I thought it was all virtual.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that, but
they made Sigourney Weaver out of wood.
Right. I thought she was wearing the funky suit too, and they just perfectly replicated her image. And of course, they're getting to where they can almost do that. I mean,
it's getting to the point too. Like the first Star Wars episode. You could tell like Jar Jar Binks was fake. It's getting to the point like those Avatar creatures when they stand alongside a real person, they look like it's a real creature that they had there. I mean, it is amazing.
The only thing is that your brain is still going, the one thing's real and the other isn't. I'm fine.
Need a drink?
But it's not because they look, they still look, what do they call it, photorealistic. So.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about another movie I would give a thumbs up to, and that is The Book of Eli.
Yes, I liked it.
You too?
I've read some criticisms of the plot. I guess we shouldn't give away the ending. There is a twist at the end. A lot of people didn't like it. I say that you kind of have to suspend your disbelief, and obviously there's some kind of divine intervention there with them, or else he would have gotten shot many times through the movie. So, look, you suspend your disbelief. I think it fits with the overall framework of the movie. Yeah. But the way it was filmed, the filters or whatever they used to make it that post-apocalyptic world is great. Denzel, hard as hell. So come on, he'll mess you up if you try to hijack him out in the desert.
Well, once again, I did. I mean, you nailed it. I do think some people might find the sort of, the first 15, 20 minutes it moves a little slowly, but sometimes I like that. It's a good slow. It kind of slowly gets us into this world
and Mila Kunis, I love her.
Oh man, I thought she was pretty good.
She was good,
and I thought, man, she can. I mean, that whole thing where she throws the grenade down the street and it rolls under a car. I gotta say, when they finally do really bring the heavy action, I mean, it is. Yeah,
it's good stuff. It's
cool.
Well, there's one scene too that's just the way it's filmed. I mean, it's great where they're hiding out in a house and these guys are coming for them, and there's a lot of firepower involved, and it's just the way it's shot is awesome.
I thought that house was gonna just fall over.
So see it. See it.
See it.
See it. This is one you want to see in theaters. You want the big screen experience.
Yeah, I really think you do. You want to check that out, and
Same with Avatar.
You don't
Go see it if you haven't.
Yeah, and I'd actually recommend that's even though just the visuals alone. Like I said, you might even want to see it a second time, and I might even go back and see it another time in 3D because there's just there is just a lot to look at. So, well, folks, I guess we better be moseying down to the next part of the show. So. Stick around. Next, Brian Peters and I will be looking at, the 2D version of Avatar and another film currently in theaters, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, featuring the final performance by Heath Ledger. All right, folks. Stick around.
See ya.
Very affordable. They have a convenient tutoring schedule that works around my schedule.
Jefferson College is very challenging.
They have a diverse campus.
This is the very beginning of the second part of my life, and I have a new sense of direction and a new passion in my life.
They are committed with my success.
the quality of education here, I would give it a 10. I'm Kimberly Clark.
I'm Shayna Payton.
I'm José Salorian.
I'm Rachel Schrage.
I'm Della Selman.
I'm Nick Schaefer.
I'm Stacy Self, and I discovered my future at Jefferson College.
Yeah, that's good. You ever play that Guitar Hero?
No.
Me neither. Who?
Video
Forget
games
it.
suck.
You're so uncool if you play that. That's all I'm gonna say.
After
Okay.
Mario on Nintendo, I was
Exactly.
done.
We're
I was
done.
done.
Pac-Man. It's all over. No, you know the last game I might have said this before. Pretty sure I've said this before on the show, but Paperboy. You ever see
Paperboy
Paperboy?
ruled,
It was
yeah.
so awesome. I could go on break at this place I worked at in a mall, and I could put in 1 quarter, and it would last the whole out when I got to be the master of paper. You're just
Yeah, you could dominate that
delivering
game.
papers and looking out for dogs. It was such a simpler world.
know.
And then you gravitated towards blowing people's heads off. Well, anyway, we've got a lot to do in our little segment here,
Yeah, we
but let's get to our top lists of 2009. Let's just jump right into that.
All right.
We're gonna do that. So, and I actually did do top 10, top worst, and top 10 best, but I don't know. I just didn't bring them all today. I've got my top 5. You want to do? Let's do best movies first, okay? So I got my top 5, and I actually have these in order. So I'm going to count down, and the number 1 is the best movie of the year. The Informant, dun dun dun! Exclamation mark. So, and any commentary you want to throw in, feel free. I'm just going to read them off, and then we can maybe rehash later. Observe and Report. Did you even see that one?
I did.
What'd you-
Interestingly enough, that's on my worst list.
Awesome! I love it. My brother and I do this every year, and there's always one that crosses over
that's
in
the
that
one.
weird way. Okay, yeah, that was weird. Okay.
Garbage.
For some reason, I just laughed through the whole thing. Star Trek, not garbage.
No, it's not.
It kind of actually makes some of the old Star Trek look like crap, though. It's so slick looking. I did have a problem with all those lens flares, though. Did you notice those?
Yeah, I did.
I was like, what's the point? You know? Watchmen. Not is that worst
Not
list?
on
No,
my
not on the
list.
worst list,
No.
but not on your worst list.
Not on my best either.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Something about, again, I just think it was weird that they actually made a movie that it was a little tighter and made more sense than the actual, I mean, the comic book was kind of, I think it's great, but it's sort of a bit much. And,
Yeah, it's like they chopped off the superfluous stuff and got to the point.
They kind of just,
Yeah.
trimmed it down. Streamlined it, perfect. And number 1, Inglourious Bastards. They're probably going to get totally rooked at the
It's gonna
at
get
the
rough.
Oscars, right? Huh? Yeah, they got nominated, but there's no way that's going to win, right?
Well, they made it 10 nominations this year. Like, I don't know. They think that's going to bring in more viewing audience. It's stupid.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you are going to win with so many fewer votes, so it's really going to be a smaller percentage of the
Right.
overall voting. Yeah, it's
So you could technically get by with, someone could be stealing your fire. I mean, the vote that would have gone to you is going to go to some lesser movie just because it was nominated in the top 10.
Let's face it. I mean, sure, they send them all these little screening copies, but I mean, everybody sees Avatar. Not everybody sees Hurt Locker. That's
Right.
just reality.
That's
so.
how it is. That's why there are 400 viewers for Avatar and about 90 for Hurt Locker.
Although I actually would put Avatar before Hurt Locker. So
Yeah.
anyway.
All right. So I'm going with my my 5. All right, I'll do a countdown too. I'm just
We
going
can
to
do all 10 if you want.
do it on the fly. Okay, we're going to go with The Road at number 10.
Dun, dun, dun.
Moon at 9.
Moon. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Anvil
good, yeah. I never saw that one.
at number 8.
The Story of Anvil.
The story. of Anvil. It'll break your hearts, people.
Oh, man, I don't think that.
The Informant at 7.
There you go.
Star Trek at 6. Food Inc., the best documentary of the year, except I did see one last night called Beer Wars.
Of course, that was
Beer Wars.
Beer
If
Wars.
that doesn't pique your interest, I don't know what will. But Food Inc., then The Hangover.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my one comedy that makes
That
the
made
list.
I think it's somewhere in my top, like in the bottom 5.
Okay, Hurt Locker comes in at 3.
Mm.
Avatar at number 2, and Inglourious Bastards at 1. Now, Inglourious Bastards was the best movie of the year, in my opinion. Like, not even close.
Right.
Best screenplay, best directing, best revisionist history. I mean, it's everything that you want out of a movie. It's fresh. You'd never seen anything like it.
The acting's awesome.
Acting's out of this world. Everything you want in this movie is why we go to movies.
Yeah. So just on that, on like hitting it on all cylinders, as opposed to Avatar, which I think is, well, we'll get into our Avatar review.
We'll talk about that
because it did make number 2. So, I actually had two, my brother and my other, who, like I said, we make our top 10 list together at the end of the year, and then a friend of mine from college, they both had Avatar in their top 10. So it's not like this is just some way, it's not just me. Or it's not just you. Okay, well, let's go to let's break it up a little bit, and since we brought up Avatar, we'll review that now, and then we'll come back to some of the worst of the year a little bit later. Earlier with Mr. Keeney, we looked at the 3D version of Avatar, and normally I would say, well, it's the same either way, but there's something about it to where seeing it in 2D, and my brother saw it on 2D, he still made his best list, that I guess or maybe it's just seeing it a second time, I concentrate a little bit less on the visuals. I was still impressed by that, even in 2D. But, the script was better than I thought it was. There's some decent dialogue. It's just that I don't think there's a lot of great, memorable lines that I would have expected from a Cameron movie.
No.
Haven't heard anybody quoting this movie.
No, and you probably won't, except to make fun of it.
Some of the hokey dialogue or something. Yeah, but even they had a lot of weird, quirky references, like that sort of like references from our time that it still kind of worked. Like that, some of these weird little references would be hanging around. I can't really remember.
Shock and awe.
Well, that I thought was maybe getting a little.
That's way too heavy-handed.
Yeah, but I meant like more like quirky stuff. Like, what is he? At one point, Jake kind of gets up and tries to sort of mess with one of the machines coming in, and he calls him something like. I don't know. He calls him some name that would be something from our time, like Johnny so and so or whatever.
I don't.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm just saying there was some cleverness that isn't really like stuff you'd quote a lot, but it wasn't totally Anyway, that's one thing. What else? Tell me why does Avatar make number 2 the best movies of the year?
Well, as a matter of principle, I couldn't make it number 1 because it is James Cameron versus Quentin Tarantino.
No, wait a minute. If it were Tarantino were up against like Terminator 2, I'm sorry, that would be a tough call on that one.
I imagine, or Aliens. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well. Anyway, it makes it because visually, the spectacle of it has pretty much sort of shaped, in my opinion, what's to come for the next 5, maybe even longer, 10 years. It's so revolutionary with the visual imagery. I was transported on 2D. I was freaked out. I was just like overwhelmed at times. I don't mind admitting this. My eyes welled up because I was so in awe of the picture, and I went into that thing wanting to hate it. As a matter of principle,
you waited a couple weeks.
I waited a month.
A month, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I was just like, "There's no way that movie's worth my money."
Yeah.
And won the Golden Globe for Best Picture, so I was like, "Screw it, I'll go. I'll go.
I'll do my duty as a critic."
Right. And I'll try to be objective, and I ended up loving it. But the dialogue, let's be frank, pretty much sucks. In the human world, in the Na'vi world, it's a bit more interesting, a bit more grounded, and I didn't mind the sort of mysticism. Because Cameron's trying to do something, obviously, to sort of remind us that the Earth is sacred and that we should treat it better. And I like that. I like that it wasn't just totally sci-fi, that there was a message there, too. Even if the movie script was derivative, soldier, wounded, falls in love with the different people, which, of course, is Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
And Cameron's even admitted it.
Yeah.
He borrowed from it.
Fern Gully.
But in Fern Gully, right? But that's cool because we can't judge him on it if Tarantino's going to borrow from 100,000 films himself. So I'm not going to.
I really can't do that because God, I'll see like every slasher movie. Like how many times I've seen all the Halloween movies and 2 remakes. And I still like Halloween 2, but I'm not putting it on my best list.
Right.
So anyway,
I'm not judging on that at all. Right. It's just that the script isn't all that well written. In fact, it's a little hokey at times, and that is difficult to manage in a movie that's supposed to be taken fairly seriously. But that's what really holds it back for me to number 2. But other than that, man, it was so magnificent. I want to go see it again, and I hardly ever see that.
Are you tempted to see it in 3D, or you just want to stick with seeing it?
I am tempted to see it in 3D. I want to see Hallelujah Mountains on 3D.
What's Hallelujah? Oh,
Those
right.
things
Oh,
that
yeah,
are-
yeah. Okay.
So people,
Wow.
yeah, the verdict in my mind is you have to see this movie on the screen. I think if you wait to DVD, it's going to suck. I don't think it's going to translate well at all.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, and it's weird.
Well, you're wrong.
I honestly don't know like what people have in there. I think you're right. If you saw it on my TV and what I have a DVD, right? You know,
You're
just,
right.
But there are people.
I'm assuming everyone has the
Yeah,
23
there are
inch
people that
TV.
have these like awesome sounds, and the
Yeah.
weird thing is that you know at home you're gonna have it. You know, you're not gonna have any kind of. It'll be Blu-ray if you have one of those really awesome
true.
things. I've seen some stuff at Blu-ray, like at Blockbuster. I'm like, oh my god, this looks. And this is some crap movie like Kung Fu Panda or something.
Right.
You're like, oh my god, Kung Fu Panda.
Hey, that's awesome. Anyway.
No, it's okay.
Well, if you're going to watch on a 13-inch screen like
Yeah,
my wife and I
and get
usually
the Blu-ray.
do,
Yeah, yeah.
go
exactly.
to the movie theater. It's worth it.
Well, you brought up some, or you alluded to some of the criticisms of this film. So I happen to have my patented top 5. I couldn't go top 10. Letterman sue me.
Criticisms of Avatar.
Criticisms, and some of them, I don't know, maybe they verge on just observations. But yeah, I'm going to put it in the criticisms of top 5 criticisms. So number 5. See if you agree with me. This is an actual observation. Sigourney Weaver's acting in the film makes William Sanderson look like Marlon Brando. Only he would get that.
You're right. It's bad.
There's something wrong,
Oh,
man.
it's bad.
What in the hell?
It's stilted and it's so cheesy. She's like supposed to be Mother Earth goddess. And she's so bad.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm just saying, even in her reading of it, there's a clink, there's a weird kind of like, I can
Mechanical.
hear somebody acting there. So.
Yeah, it's bad.
Number 4, when Jake takes his last ride on a Pandoran dragon, or whatever the hell they're called, he should have yelled out, "I'm the king of the world!" Sorry, I'm doing my Letterman, fling the cards. Number 3, all those Na'vi running around in loincloths was such a tease.
Oh.
We better get some full frontal Smurf nudity in Avatar 2, Return to the Blue Lagoon.
You dirty boy.
I've already given them their title, man. Number 2, at least given us unrated on DVD, right? Number 2, critics have pointed out that the movie steals from Dances with Wolves and Ferngully, but it also ripped off half of the Lion King soundtrack.
Oh, that's not fair.
La, 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 la.
Yeah, when they're doing the...
It's funny. They go to another world, and they happen to have African music there. Who would have thought?
I'll save my criticism for
Okay. I mean, is it just me? Was that good music? Is that bad African music? It sounded like The Lion King. That's all I'm going to say. Number 1, complaint against Avatar. 3 words, not enough Schwarzenegger. Boom! Da, 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 da,
I'm
da,
not
da,
gonna
da,
play
da, da,
All right, my criticism, that was pretty spot on.
da.
They hired a linguist from USC to create the Na'vi language.
Mm-hmm.
There are over 1,000 words in this thing. In fact, Cameron contributed his own. But my biggest beef...
Oh, the Brian's beef.
Yeah, I'm trying to lead into
Stumbled
it.
upon it. Okay.
My biggest beef about Avatar is this, and that is whenever you encounter a native species, why must you make them sound African? Why is it always native equal African?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't figure out a different way to portray a people. I mean, why couldn't they be Alaskan? The dialect of Alaskans. Why not take the linguistic sort of traits of that language? Why must you make them feel like they're in the jungle of Africa? Anyway, the point is, of course, if you didn't get it, is that there's this perpetuation of the idea that natives must be Africans.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you see an African, you think immediately of jungle and not sophisticated and pretty much barbaric. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And it does set up the argument that it sort of leads you into the criticism, or opens you to the criticism, that you're telling a story where a white guy comes and saves black people.
Exactly, which is the idea of Avatar, which is someone who comes down from heavens, the heavens, and is incarnated in a human form and does good things for those people. And of course, in this case, it happens to be a bunch of white folks who come and save, right? The people who couldn't save themselves because all they have is bow and arrows. Ridiculous, stupid story that's been told too many times and should have been rewritten by now. And if you're going to spend $400 and whatever $1 million on a movie, do something else.
Yeah.
So that's my beef for the week.
Yeah, and that's I think it's.
And I haven't seen
spot
anyone
on.
write about that. I've read
Oh,
a
really?
bunch of reviews, and none of them said anything about that
I
issue.
totally, I don't know what it was. I was clicking some link on Entertainment Weekly or something, but they had the lead was is Avatar racist, and it was bringing up some of those.
Maybe because I don't read Entertainment Weekly. I didn't see that.
You don't get that kind of insightful.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But yeah, I totally thought this is what I mean. I can kind of whatever go. They're stupid. They're Hollywood. I'm gonna ignore it. But I just know people who have any kind of race consciousness or more perturbed about that kind of thing are gonna maybe be totally turned off to the movie, for those reasons. Like Sherman Alexie, I'm sure he hates it.
Yeah, Toni Morrison, I'm sure hates it. Yeah.
But we're going still cool visuals.
No, it's still.
It looks pretty.
A minor drawback.
Minor drawback.
Minor drawback.
Didn't sound so minor. 30 seconds. Anyway, okay, let's get to our. Speaking of movies with
Well, it's
drawbacks.
beef. I've got a role to play.
That's right. You got to play it up. No, I think you represented that point of view well. Well, worst flicks. I actually don't have my list, but I can remember mine. So let's go for your worst.
All right. Worst flicks in a hurry. And speaking of the race issue, let's go ahead and tackle District 9. It sucks. It shouldn't have been given any credit whatsoever as a film.
Boom. And did that get nominated for best?
No,
on the Oscar?
I don't know. I forgot for the best.
I think it might have made it on the Oscar list.
It's on one of the lists. I just don't know if it's
It definitely made Golden Globe. Anyway,
Yeah.
onward.
Anyway, it's
Same
crap.
thing. Same thing. White guy comes and saves the aliens. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And the black people who are represented, I think they're Nigerian.
South African.
No.
Oh.
The Africans that are actually the black Africans that are in the movie are portrayed as thieves, drug addicts, and hoods, right?
Yeah.
And they
What's
talk
up?
like idiots. Anyway,
okay.
District 9 is crap.
It is crap.
Transformers.
Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of yes.
How'd you even see that one?
I love Transformers.
Yeah,
the
I
real
do.
thing.
I like
so
them
I gotta
too,
watch it.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Oh man. Yeah.
So I'm giving some obvious ones right now.
I'm with you on that.
I'm gonna move into some more profound statements in a minute.
Okay, well, let's go.
Year 1, we saw that together, and I still stand by it. Horrid. I laughed 0 times. You laughed more than you should have.
Yeah, more than I should have. Yeah.
The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I don't know if I
Angels and Demons.
Oh, that made my worst list. You got
Oh
one of
my
mine?
God, that's awful.
Yeah.
Observe and Report, we've already covered that. It just never hit, man.
Never
It
made you
was
laugh.
not even weird to be weird funny. It was just really bad writing, and you loved it.
I did love it. I honestly
I don't know how you can be
what's
so
that.
dumb. Personally. Here's another one. Did I say this one already? Public Enemies.
No, but I didn't finish it, so
You didn't finish it.
I can't put it on the list if I don't finish it. But yeah.
I fast forwarded about 30 minutes of that movie just to get through to the end to see what might happen that was interesting, and nothing interesting happened.
Right.
Gigantic.
Don't know that one.
No. Well, you have to see that, and we'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
And my worst movie of the year is The Reader.
The Reader. Ooh. Somehow even Kate Winslet nudity is bad.
Can't carry it. Not at that
really
age.
Kind of. You're blowing my whole
Okay.
worldview here.
Just total rubbish.
Wow.
Overacted, poorly written, and took itself too seriously. It was crap.
You're gonna. This is what's great about people's lists, because that made Stephen King's best list.
I know it made a lot of best lists.
You know what else made his best list? 2012. I mean, dude, you're losing it.
I can't wait to see that, though.
I do want to see it, but I ain't gonna. And then number 1, which I actually halfway like this movie, but he had Last House on the Left. It's good. It's sort of good until the end. That just gets way over the top.
Well, I heard it's pretty scary.
Okay, so some of the worst movies, and I don't really, like I said, I don't have my list with me, but the reason I felt like some of these movies, like, I had no business seeing, so it's like, I kind of stacked the deck. I went to, like, Redbox. I thought, for $1, I'll find a crap movie, and pretty much, but you never know.
You found what you want.
Yeah, I found what I want. But sometimes I'm surprised, and it's not a crap movie. So, I mean, there's stuff like, I don't know, something called Summer's Moon and Stiletto. These are like movies, they're at the Redbox, I think, right now. So I'm warning you people, don't even waste $1 on. They're not even hardly movies. It's like you can slap together a movie in like 15 days apparently now, and you really don't even,
Straight to like DVD sort of
straight
stuff?
to DVD
Okay.
type stuff, and it's barely a movie. I mean, and the one even had people like Michael Biehn. It had some other kind of
Doesn't count.
Huh? Yeah, I know. Whatever. They had some people though that were recognizable. You know, people on TV. Anyway, so those are crap. And then something like Caprica. That one I actually didn't know. It was a Battlestar Galactica movie. I'm just not as taken with that show as any. That one was total crap though. So that was on the list. Angels and Demons. Somebody, I read the Filthy Critic said something like, as if Catholic theology wasn't silly enough. They had to throw in all this other crap that's, you know, whatever. And then my number one, no, I'll get to the top two. Number two was, oh gosh, what the hell was that? We just mentioned it earlier in the show. It's the people that are like it's a scary movie that's like the Blair Witch Project. Have you heard of that thing?
Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity.
So bad.
Did you see it?
No.
No. It is like, I mean, if you ever see that show Ghost Hunters, which I've only seen snippets of, but it's just like that show. It's like you walk around in the house going, what was that? What was that? Yeah, I mean, and then they trot out, no joke. I mean, it's like, I think they just went to the library and checked out the, Scary Sounds of Halloween tape. You know,
Yeah, I still have that
creaking door. I got that as a kid. You know, they just played this weird sounds throughout. Like that's supposed to freak me out. You know, at one point a Ouija board catches fire. Oh boy.
Hey,
I mean, if
listen to Tim, but man, it got 85% on Metacritic.
That is ridiculous. That
Yeah.
just shows you the critics are crap. I mean, they don't.
So why do we ever talk
Yeah,
about
why
it?
do we talk about that? I don't,
And why do you listen to us?
Why do you listen to us? That movie is just like, I mean, again, if you've seen Exorcist, then I have no idea how you think this is scary. You know,
Rubbish.
so, and the number one worst movie of the year, you're going to love this. God, no, can't remember.
That one
This is
movie.
why you make lists, and you look at the list while you're reading it. Limits of Control. Mr. Jarmusch totally strikes out.
You see, I haven't seen that.
Oh, I thought you had. I thought you said you thought it was crap too.
Limits of Control.
The Limits of Control. It's about a dude who wanders around throughout Europe, I think, and drinks coffee, and occasionally meets someone, occasionally sleeps with a woman who's half naked, or no, all naked. That part
Who's
was okay.
the guy?
The guy wandering around. He's the dude that was the ice cream dude in Ghost Dog. Remember that guy?
Yes, I love him. I didn't
I
see
love
that.
him too, and I
didn't see that
thought,
movie.
what is wrong with this thing? It is like there's like an absence of a script. I think it's like an experimental art movie type thing where the best thing I could come up with is that he was rather than making a movie, he was making a series of like cinematic paintings and just kind of stringing them together and not worrying about plot, character, anything. And again, it's just, I mean, if you only want to just like look at the visuals, I guess there's some interesting stuff, and you know, but no.
No, I didn't see that, but I will now.
Crap.
Since you don't like it, I probably will.
Crap. Oh well. I guess that'll cover it. I think we got the culture nailed down here, don't we?
I think so.
Oh no! Whoa, one more thing.
No,
The
I'm done.
Imaginarium of Dr.
Oh.
Parnassus.
Oh, do we have to?
Yes, we must. We saw it. Damn it.
We paid money so that
We've
you
got-
don't have to.
You have to warn the people, and I have to say, if you don't have anything better to do, and you want to, you can get it at Redbox for $1. Check it out.
If you can get it from the library for free, don't.
Don't. Well,
A mess of a movie. And to be fair, Heath Ledger died, so it's a mess of a movie because he had to change gears halfway through the thing and make some stuff up. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
they could have done a better job of explaining, though, that why this character, is a shapeshifter. But they didn't even make it look like that. They made it look like the Imaginarium itself sometimes represents people differently. But it's like some people no, some people yes. Some people look exactly the same.
It's a mess.
Yeah. So need to explain some of that how the Imaginarium works.
But in any case, beyond that, it's still crap. I mean,
Well,
okay, it is. No, defend it. I want to hear why it's not
you didn't.
crap.
Well, I would say give it the Avatar defense. I thought there's enough to look at visually that my interest was held by it, even though I thought it was goofy in parts and it wasn't really totally cohering. There was still enough to look at in this weird world, and even in the real world. I just thought decent acting, set design, all that jazz. I like Christopher Plummer, and I think we kind of, even though we don't fully understand what's going on with him and the devil, we sort of, no. And it had a hot chick. You cannot deny that.
I can.
You didn't think she was hot? Oh, wow.
No.
Well, we just
I thought Christopher Plummer overacted.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy
I thought
cow.
the visuals were sophomore-ish. I mean, when he's walking on those stilts, it doesn't even look like it
Sounds
would
like
be
we got
remotely
sounds like
believable.
we got something for the worst list for next year for
Yeah,
Brian
that's-
Peters. All right, folks.
I'll just say one last thing.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes in, I realized that I hated the movie, and I stuck it out. But I found myself rolling my eyes, putting my head back. You know,
Why didn't you just take a nap?
because I can't fall asleep in movies. I don't know how to do it. But I was just, yeah, it was one of the worst
And
movies
Lois
I've
hated
seen
it
in a
as
while.
much?
Yeah, she hated
Yeah.
it. So bad.
I don't know. Maybe I totally believe if I'd been tired or whatever, I would have like zonked out after 30 minutes. And
Probably.
But I honestly, maybe, I don't know. Did I have coffee? I guess I did.
I
have
wish it'd
coffee.
been 30 minutes. It was good for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
No, you hated it after 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, for 30 minutes it was good.
Oh, and then
And
minute
then-
30.
Yeah, I
This
was like,
sucks.
no.
You've gone too far, sir. Well,
Once it got weird, yeah.
next, Jim and I, we're going to cover, well, I'm going to cover, and Jim's not going to, I don't even think he's seen it, a much better James Cameron movie, in my opinion. I think in reality than than Avatar. Aliens.
It's
Are you
awesome.
with me on this?
It's awesome.
Terminator 2, Terminator, all these better, I think, than Avatar. But just as a story or whatever.
Story-wise, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but Cameron actually said something like he can't really, watch Aliens anymore because he sees too many flaws. I'm like, well, just don't watch it. Listen to it. The dialogue. Hear that? It's
Dialogue.
interesting.
And Sigourney was good.
Yeah, Sigourney knew how to act in that. Did you forget how to tell her how to act in this one? Oh well. Let's next we're gonna look at favorite movies, our favorite movies of all time with Jim Watson.
We'll put anybody,
Anywhere,
anytime.
Jeffco softball. Come see what you're missing.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Gotta quit dancing.
Oh, yes.
No more dancing for you.
No more dancing. End of
So
that.
we have two movies today that probably, if you try to think of, what are the two most movies that are most unlike one another, you'd go, oh yeah, Aliens and Mr. Lucky.
So what is the theme? The
What's
theme
the
is
theme?
these are our favorite movies.
Favorite movies.
Not necessarily the best,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a different one that's best. I don't know if maybe you have, it's one of the same,
Well,
but
I
for
say-
me, there's
yeah.
a difference.
It's almost like with, if you're actually going to say best movies, to me, you almost have to kind of break it up into genres, like best comedy,
Okay.
best action movie, whatever, best science fiction film.
With me, best Western. I'm not, well, that sounds like
Best
place.
Western, yeah, I got a
I only like Clint
reservation there.
Eastwood one, so that narrows it.
Right.
And I have to pick between Unforgiven and The Bad and the Ugly. So
So yeah, there's all these little, and I just think it is kind of funny when people actually try to say, just like with novels or anything, this is the best movie of all time, and it is in quality terms, like they can actually think they can prove, like The Godfather is the best movie of all time. I don't friggin' think so, and I don't think it's whatever the Orson Welles one is.
now with mine, my favorite movie, the American
Citizen
Film
Kane.
Institute, actually thinks that it was number 2, Casablanca. But
Yeah.
I shouldn't have revealed that probably, but because that's,
Why?
I don't know.
State secret.
Yes. But,
Well-
in any case, this one happens to be my favorite, which is not necessarily,
Yeah.
I think, the best film ever made,
Right.
but in any case.
Mr. Lucky.
Mr.
That's
Lucky.
his. But first, we're going to deal with mine, and we're going to continue on with our little. We're having kind of a James Cameron sort of fest here because we talked about Avatar,
Right.
and but this is what I think is a much superior film to Avatar. You could say, okay, the effects maybe, whatever, they're not as cool looking. I don't know. I just think they are cool looking.
But
and
given your taste, we know there's going to be a lot of guts and blood.
there's violence. That's part of it.
Violence and blood and
And I will
guts.
say, that's what threw. I didn't bring this up when I talked to the others about it, but one of the problems I had with Avatar is that you're thinking, okay, this is a James Cameron movie, so all throughout the movie there's going to be like guns firing, and it's going to be a real action movie.
Right.
And it really is like in the last half hour to 45 minutes, I'd say more like half hour, that the action starts. And it is some really cool stuff, but if you look at something like Aliens, there's just, it kind of it's throughout the movie, or
Right.
at least once it gets started, it just never stops. So anyway, let's take a look at this first clip, and I bring this. I specifically went for this first clip because it's kind of sort of something similar to what you see in Avatar, which is a human kind of using technology in a different sort of way to kind of lift stuff, and like she's got this weird kind of giant robotic thing. It looks a lot more cool, and I'll admit, in Avatar. But here we have it shows Ripley's sort of skills as she's just not your average.
Ripley is the director.
Oh no, Ripley is the main character.
Oh, right,
Ellen
sorry.
Ripley,
Right.
played by Sigourney Weaver.
Yes,
and
who shares my birthday, so I.
and it's just sort of it's a scene which establishes that she's not just there to. She's not one of these female leads who just looks pretty. She can do some of the things that the males. And again, it's just an accepted fact in the future.
But it was in 1979, so it wasn't like it was.
Yeah.
So
right, it
this
might
is
have been a little bit
yeah.
of a slightly revolutionary at the time.
Right.
So let's take a look at this clip of Ripley helping out with the loading and unloading.
Check number 3. Is this the mount out? Let me see it.
Hi. I feel like kind of a fifth wheel around here. Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. Is there anything you can do?
Well, I can drive that loader. I have a Class 2 rating.
Be my guest.
Where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
So also in that clip, you saw Mr. Michael Biehn, who is in some other, well, at least one other James Cameron. No, I think, yeah, he's in at least 2 others. He's in Terminator, original Terminator. He's also in The Abyss. So one of Cameron's favorites, and I wish Cameron would have done something with him in Avatar, because the last time I saw Michael Biehn, he was in this crappy, total junk movie called Stiletto. So he needs to work. Anyway.
Now, I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I think I've seen it twice, and I remember it was very suspenseful and action-packed and very dramatic, especially at one point in the movie. And so I remember it was a pretty good movie. It's just been a while.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to one of those points in the next clip, and this is really, like I said, there is a bit of a, I don't know however long it lasts, half hour to 40 minutes or so that the movie, it does take slowly takes us to the...
It builds you up.
Yeah, right.
And builds
but
the
once
characters,
it starts,
and that was a good thing
and
about
so this
it.
is really the start of the action in the movie when they first encounter the aliens.
Ah, okay. Your stuff, your blood and guts.
Yeah.
Movement!
What's the position?
Can't lock in.
Talk to me, Hudson.
Multiple signals. They're closing.
Go to infrared, people. Look sharp.
What's happening, Apone? Can't see anything in here.
Pull your team out, Gorman.
I got signals. I got readings in front and behind.
Where, man? I don't see it.
He's right, there's nothing back here.
Look, I'm telling you, there's something moving and it ain't us. Tracker's off scale, man. They're all around us, man. Jesus.
Maybe they don't show up on infrared at all.
Well, that scene goes on a lot longer, and there's a lot of action. But I didn't want to bother to try to edit out all the curse words that start to come naturally when you're attacked by aliens, right?
Let alone them changing their pants.
Yeah, exactly. There's some, again, great action, some great.
Was this the scene where they see the stomach? It comes out of the stomach.
I didn't include that. I didn't include that part. That was sort of like occurred right before the clip began, and yeah.
That's what I remember about it. It was just surprising that all of a sudden, you expect aliens in the old Star Treks or my favorite science fiction movie that we did one time, The Day the Earth Stood Still. The alien comes from outer space and on a spaceship and walks down and says, "Klaatu, Gort," etc. But the aliens are a little bit ickier, and but maybe it's just as realistic, and that may be the way life form is. But it's definitely as spooky, if not spookier.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's one thing I really admire about something like it. It just seems like I see way too many things nowadays, and some stuff I like I'm watching the show V that is now it's a remake of the old thing, but
I've seen that.
Like V, Battlestar Galactica, even our beloved X-Files. It's like frequently you saw the alien represented as a human being. Like
well, now the X-Files has a lot of.
They had some other aliens too, but I'm saying a lot of times when they were fighting the aliens, they were alien bounty hunters who looked like human beings. And I'm just like, it's enough already with the whole, the enemy is us, or whatever the theme is you're trying to do there. Battlestar Galactica ran with that. I want to see, if I see a movie called Aliens, they better look alien, and it better not just be like the Star Wars thing, or Star Trek, where they have a bump on their forehead with a few polka dots, right?
If that's your criteria, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, you've met your standard easily, because
they got some
these look alien.
Yeah,
yes.
And they got instead of blood, they got acid running through whatever the heck.
No, they have jaws within jaws and that type of thing.
That's the kind of
alien
stuff.
Yes.
So at any rate, one of the big, again, one thing Cameron's kind of known for is creating strong female characters, and Ellen Ripley is certainly one of the.
Now, James Cameron did this film.
Yeah, right. He directed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's and he does use other people. Like I said, he uses Michael Biehn and I don't know. Yeah, well, Sigourney Weaver. She was using Avatar, but also Bill Paxton. He's used him in this one, in True Lies, and in Titanic. Not a major role, but this to me though is Bill Paxton at his most glorious, because he plays your soldier guy who talks really tough, but when the aliens attack, he freaks out and says like a bunch of funny stuff about basically like, we're gonna die, that kind of stuff. So to me, it's like this next scene is like one of the best scenes with him. And you could also see here Ripley, weirdly enough, I mean, I guess the troop is so damaged and freaked out by their encounter with the aliens that Ripley is able to just step in and be the leader. And they all
she's
accept
the tough guy.
So let's take a little clip here of Ripley taking charge.
How long after we're declared overdue can we expect a rescue?
17 days. 17 days? Hey, man, I don't want to rain on your parade. We're not going to last 17 hours. Those things are going to come in here just like they did before, and they're going to come in here, and they're going to come in here, and they're going to get us!
This little girl survived longer than that with no weapons and no training. Right?
Why don't you put her in charge?
You better just start dealing with it, Hudson. Listen to me. Hudson, just deal with it because we need you, and I'm sick of your... Now, I want you to get on a terminal and call up some kind of floor plan file. Do you understand? Construction blueprints. I don't care. Anything that shows the layout of this place. Are you listening?
Yeah.
I need to see air ducts. I need to see electrical access tunnels, sub-basements, every possible way into this complex. We don't have much time.
Okay. Okay, I'm on it.
Hudson, just relax.
So, other favorite, that's one of my favorites. And my brother really turned me on to that. I don't remember laughing at that when I first saw the movie, but that whole thing about, this little girl, and by the way, I forgot to mention, the little girl they're mentioning there is a little girl who they find there when they're on the planet who has survived. She's been there for like 19 days, and Ripley points that out, like he's thinking we're going to die any minute now. And she's like, this little girl's, 18 whatever days without any training. He's like, why don't you put her in charge? And he has other great lines like, game over, man, game over.
Now, how many other Alien movies came after this?
Oh man, let's count
And
them up.
it was
There was Alien, directed by Ripley Scott.
right.
Also good. This one, Aliens.
Alien.
It's
It
just
was
called
Alien, and then Aliens with an S.
Then there's Alien 3, or Alien Cubed, or whatever it is. It's just Alien 3. Alien 4 was, I think that was Alien Resurrection.
Did it?
Yeah.
I think they all had Sigourney Weaver in it, right?
Yeah, but then they recently made 2 movies called Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator 2 Requiem that did not have Sigourney Weaver. They're talking like they're going to do a prequel now. Like, everybody's got to do a prequel? Really? I mean, how does that even make sense? She didn't meet the aliens till she was, an adult woman. So what? They're going to be teenage Ellen Ripley, and then she forgets it all at the end that she used. Who cares? But what was my other? Let's see, Game Over, man. Well, there's some I can't quote. He curses a lot too. But he's like at one point. There is a special edition which you really should check out because it has some good stuff that's not in the original. But I think this might just be in the special edition where it says something like they set up these automatic shooting things to stop the aliens, and they almost run out of bullets or whatever because they're shooting so many of them. And yet it gets down to 3 or something. And he's like, somebody's like, well, next time they're just going to come and walk right in, and Bean's character's like, well, they don't know that. And Bill Paxton goes, maybe we got them demoralized.
if you go on the IMDb website, I mean, the reviews on this, the people who review it just absolutely love it.
Oh yeah.
So, you've got some other people who believe the same way you do, and I remember it being a good movie. I just the 3 and 4 got a little tiresome, but the first time I remember it as being a very good movie. Not my favorite science fiction movie by any manner of means, but I look at a different.
I think first 2 are really solid. I just think this took it up a notch, and we've been talking about what makes something the best or favorite. To me, this is just one of my, and even it's really a 3-way tie between this and Die Hard and Predator, but it's my favorite because it's one of those that I can always put it in and watch it and still
and why do you have to justify it? It's your favorite. You like it.
And I'm not even saying I'm not trying. I'm just saying that's what. To me, there might be other movies that I think are just as good quality-wise, but it's the movie that I keep going back to and wanting to look at again that I consider a favorite. So anyway, let's talk about your favorite now.
Well, I had to hunt mine down. This one just came out on a DVD just this last year, I believe, but because I read some reviews on IMDb about the movie I had, and they were complaining that it was still on videotape. When I grew up, my mom was a Cary Grant fan, and I became a Cary Grant fan as well. And I think this is about the best one he ever did. Now, what nobody has heard of.
Yeah.
It's in black and white, so you got to bear that. The kiddies or people who can't stand anything not in color won't like it. But I think it just shows him at his comedic best, and it's just one that I just like going back over and over again. Now, granted, in Notorious, with what he's directed by Alfred Hitchcock, or North by Northwest, he might be put in. He might be. His acting skills might be better, but I just happen to like this one the best of all of them. In his comedic films, His Girl Friday might come close to this one is my favorite. But this is just, I've just always liked it. I've seen it a dozen times, and I was going to watch just a few clips, and I ended up watching the whole movie again, just as you said.
That's how you know a favorite movie.
Yes.
Yep.
Now this first clip it's 1943 when this movie is made. War patriotism is at an all-time high. We were actually fighting a war that needed to be won, and that almost everybody was behind this war. There wasn't any question about needing to do this war. So Cary Grant actually is taking, as a movie star, a huge risk because of the simple fact that he's playing a draft dodger at first, and he's obviously a crook. I mean, this first scene shows how he has to set it up. He's co-owner of a gambling boat. Gambling was illegal back then, but if you're 3 miles offshore, you took a ferry out to the shore. And in fact, there was a television show in the 50s or early 60s that was based on this for several years that was in syndication. But and I used to watch that and like that, so maybe that's one reason why I like this as well. But in any case, it turns out that he and his partner both get notifications to go in the draft by by Uncle Sam, and they resolve who's going to own the boat before they know what the results were of when they go through physicals. And it also shows Cary Grant as you can see how the odds are with the house, so let's put it that way.
Hey, Blubber, fix this thing.
Something wrong, boss?
It paid.
There ain't no customers, Joe.
There's going to be customers where we're going. Fix it.
Okay.
Hello, boys. Well, I got it. Cost me 10 grand, but it was worth it. Look at that. Signed by His Honor, the Superior Court Judge. Took 7 lawyers to write it and Joe to do the fixing. Put it in the safe, Zep. Boys, we're sending for Havana as soon as Bascopolis kicks off.
Forget it, Joe. This ship ain't going nowhere.
Who says so?
Your Uncle Sam.
What is this, a rib?
Yeah, take a gander at those kites.
J. Bascopolis, G. Zep, J. Adams. 1A. They can't do this to me. I'm a civilian.
That's what you think. Take a look at mine. I got the same thing. 1A. I don't even give you time to cut off a leg.
How'd you juice your way out of the Army?
You don't.
Listen, this isn't my war. I had my war. Crawling out of the gutter the hard way. I won that war.
Yeah? Well, it looks like you're going to help win this one.
Go on. I don't recognize any other war.
It's okay, Chief. Don't worry. I got it all fixed, Joe.
Yeah?
We can hop a plane out of here for Mexico City in 2 hours.
What?
Yeah, and from there we can catch a plane to Rio. You can work South America until the soldier business blows over.
Yeah, take it easy, Crunk.
There's a lot of guys with big dough down there, Joe.
Yeah, well, relax. Thanks, Crunk. Look, you think I'm going to give up the boat on account of this card? None of you other guys got one, huh?
That's what you get for using your own name. Change it once a month the way we do.
Who says it's my own name? J. Bascopolis. What did he get? 4F? What's that?
It means they don't want him. He's physically unfit. Oh, lucky stiff.
Yeah. He's physically unfit, all right. Or is he?
All right, boys. Get lost. One of us is out of the Army, Joe.
Who declared you in?
Oh, we're partners, ain't we? That's a 50-50 proposition in my book.
What do you want? Half the card?
I'll trade you my half of the boat for the card, Joe.
What good would a boat do me in the Army? The one who gets the card gets the boat along with it.
Who gets it, Joe?
Want a cut for it?
Poker dice.
You got a deal.
I'll get the box.
Wait a minute. Can't you wait and make the thing legal?
What's wrong with poker dice?
Not a thing. Only the guy ain't dead yet. I never took anything off a pal in my life. After he joins the circus, that's different.
Come on.
Nervous? Take your best shot, Zep.
Three kings, Joe.
Have a smoke, Crunk.
Four kings, Joe. And 2 rolls. Beat it.
Can you hold him in the Chief? Shoot.
Three aces. What did you think this was, amateur night?
I don't get you, Joe.
Didn't you see an elephant walk across the table with muddy feet?
I didn't pull a switch on you, Joe.
Didn't you? Then blow on it for luck. Go on, blow.
I wouldn't shove around my own partner.
Sure you wouldn't. One more ace, that's it.
Yeah. That's it.
There it is. Well, looks like the Army needs men like you, Zep. Take good care of yourself. I'll have a nice big service flag with a single star on it hanging in my office, just for you. Swede, see you later.
Where you going, Joe?
Uptown, raise a bankroll so we can sail.
I thought you told me you lifted the plaster.
Sure, but that took everything we had. We need 50 grand before we can start operating.
Where you going to get it?
Oh, I can raise that kind of wind in one afternoon. Oh, Swede, shake hands with the new Joe Bescopoulos.
Aye.
Here, Swede. Take this dough and give Joe Adams in there a swell funeral. Lots of nice white flowers. Always thought the guy had a lot of good in him.
What's he talking about?
You explain it to him, Crunk. Well, I got a fresh tie and change my fiddle.
Well, one thing I wanted to say is that, to admit that I shirked my duties on this one, and I didn't even see this years ago.
Well, nobody has. That's the point. That's one reason why.
Well, I could have borrowed your copy, but I just didn't.
But I just got my copy recently.
Yeah, I know.
Because, as I say, you couldn't get this on DVD.
Right.
And you couldn't even find a VCR of it. I mean, it's just been released. So it wasn't regarded as one of his better films.
Well, from what I read on, again, I did a little bit of research on IMDb, and I gathered that it's kind of one of those, sort of in the genre or whatever, the story of the rogue who needs to be to undergo some kind of redemption.
Yes, yes, it's exactly that. And but he's a charmer, but he also is rigging things. But he's basically a good guy. He's good to his friends, but when there are people that try to cheat him, like in this scene, his partner tried to cheat him. And I like the way he said, "Didn't you see an elephant walk across the table?" He was able to rig the, and I don't know how they do these things, but apparently they can. He was able to rig it so that he was going to win the hand. And one of the things I like about it is some of the side characters. His driver is the Kronk is just a typical gangster. Hey, you know what I'm saying, hey, unlike Cary Grant, who's just as smooth as he can be.
Yeah.
How you doing? How you doing? Hey, you got
like
a problem with that?
Some Jersey Shore rejects.
Yeah. Anyway, but the Kronk is like that, and
the Kronk?
Yeah, that's what his name is, Kronk. And before he rolled the dice because they were cutting, basically, they're rolling dice, playing a game to see who would win. He kisses his ring and puts it on this other side. He's very superstitious. As a matter of fact, at one point, I don't think I brought it in here, the scene, but they saw a license plate of a car with all sevens, and so there were 7 natural sevens. So it's got to be luck, so they pass through the car. So there are all these little comedy things and comedy bits that they pour into this, although there's some very serious parts of it, and there is some redemption because he goes from being basically what people would consider a jerk, because right then everybody was going in the war and everybody was doing their bit, and here he wanted to shirk the whole thing, and he changes his mind eventually, and we'll see how that comes about. But also the captain is a very interesting guy, and you end up liking the captain. He was the fellow at the very end. The next scene is one of the more humorous things. You see, to gain confidence, he decides to enlist a charity that is trying to raise money for the war effort through the Red Cross, and he's basically going to con them, but he has to win the confidence of the head person named Lorraine Day. She was the actress, and he. Well, let's let the scene do its talking, and then he makes a sacrifice. Let's put it this way.
How would you like to begin with the propaganda project?
Yes, sir, or madam.
Do you know how to knit?
Knit?
I asked you if you knew how to knit.
Knit?
In England, men who are incapacitated knit without hesitation.
Knit?
Why, the best knitter I ever saw was Wing Commander Barnstable. He picked it up while he was in a plaster cast.
I don't knit.
That's exactly the attitude we're trying to combat.
Now, look here. I don't mind.
We want a group of obviously masculine men to take up knitting. Do it perfectly casually in public places.
Do you think I'm strong enough?
I'm quite serious. Half the women who were knitting for us last year are now learning to drive ambulances and run buses.
Do I get to trim a hat?
You don't seem to have caught the idea of the organization you've just joined, Mr. Biscopoulos. We're people who won't be able to get into the actual fighting. We resent that fact. So we take our resentment out in doing our best to help when and how we can.
Well, I'm not backing out. I can't knit because I don't know how. That settles it.
Report to Mrs. Van Every. She's our best instructor. Or do I tear this up?
Okay, knit.
And take your hat.
Okay, hat.
Now, you just sit down with the rest of the girls, and I'll be glad to show you. Now, let me look at your hands. Yes, they're really very clever hands. You should have no trouble at all. Now, the first thing you do is to learn how to hold the needles. Now, you hold the knitting in this left hand, so. Yeah. Yes, and now, here, you take the needle. We'll educate those little piggies. You take the needle and stick it so into the stitch, you see? And then make a loop and throw the yarn over and bring it through. Come, 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 come. And here, now you try one, you see? Now, here, hold the needle in this hand. Yes. Now you see how simple it is. Now. Now I'm going to show you how to rib. You knit one, just as you've been doing, and then you purl one. Now, this is a pearl, not the kind that you cast before swine, but P-U-R-L. Now, look here, you bring your needle so from the back to the front. That's the boy, yes. And throw the yarn over in front instead of in back. That's the difference between a pearl and a knit. There, you did it. Bless its heart. Now, take it out. There you have it. Now, you see, he's knitting one, purl one, knit one, purl one. Be calm, be patient, be exact.
Oh. Hey, could you help me? I dropped me pearl. I'm beginning to like it.
Does have a lot of goofy faces in this
Well,
movie.
yeah, a lot of the comedy is in his facial expressions, and he's obviously charmed the older women. They just have fallen for him, but the younger woman, Lorraine Day, the actress, isn't buying it for a minute. But she's one of the themes is she's a rich society girl, and who had everything handed to her, and he worked his way up from the bottom. And so that's a very typical 30s, and it's spilled into the 40s thing. Although it might. We might see more of that because we've seen a gap between the rich and poor in our own society recently. But it was that was a big theme back then. And one aside, Lorraine Day's husband was Leo Durocher, who was a baseball player and a rather feisty. Played for the Cardinals at one time and managed the Cubs. And he's famous for one of these managers who would have tirades and kick dirt and sand at umpires. And he was in the studio during some of their love scenes, and he didn't understand that this was just acting, and they had to keep him off the set because it wasn't working. But
I'm gonna punch that Clark Gable in the face.
Right. Well, Clark Gable might have hit back. I don't know about Cary Grant because he might have won.
Cary Grant.
Yeah, but in any case, he decides to knit later on, and I forget if I've shown this scene. His skills are used to a better way to sort of lean on somebody who wasn't willing to give them various blankets that they needed. I think that might be the next scene, but in any case, the knitting scene, and they use it as an ongoing gag. At first, you know, he doesn't take to it very well, but he and the Kronk, who is this Jersey gangster type, actually get serious about it. And one time later on in the film, Cary Grant's in a banker's office, and he's trying to con him into something, and he notices some knitting, and he asks the style and about purling and all that. So they keep that as kind of a running gag.
Well,
so why don't we go to our last scene?
Alrighty.
I told you relief people it was pay on delivery. That's what it says.
But we agreed to give it to you on Saturday.
I don't do business that way, sister. $1,300, that's what you owe me. Do I get it now, or do I take this stuff back to the warehouse?
But we can't pay you until Saturday.
Okay. Saturday will be 10% more.
Oh, Mr. Comstock, I beg your pardon.
Who's this?
Oh, well, I work for Miss Bryant, and I think you ought to get what you're asking for.
Joe.
Yeah. Now, if you've got a pen, I can give you my personal check.
How do I know your check's any good?
Oh, well, if I can get to a telephone, I can verify it for you.
Telephone up in the office.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Everything's okay, boys. All signed. Start unloading. Hey, Grant. Hello. Let's get back to the juke mill. You misunderstood, Mr. Comstock. Nice fella. Family man.
What happened to your dimes?
I tipped a guy.
Did you have to hit him very hard?
But me fight? Go on. I'm a peace-loving citizen.
Joe.
What?
Well, he might have killed you with that bailing hook.
Oh, don't be serious. A scratch. Say, do you mind if we stop off at the tailor so I can get into sew my fiddle?
You what?
The fiddle and flute, my suit.
What kind of double talk is that?
Oh, it's a language I picked up in Australia. Like, hat, tit for tat. Shoes, ones and twos.
Sounds like poetry.
Yeah, that's the idea, jingles. Like, you're a girl, twist and twirl.
Oh, well, what are you?
Me, I'm a bloke. There's a heap of coke.
Well, this twist and twirl is going to take care of the heap of cokes.
Cabbage patch, scratch.
We'll stop at my house. It's on the way.
Anybody home?
No.
So the crunk and me are sitting in this coffee joint when in comes a pot and pan with his cheese and kisses.
Pot and pan, that's a man.
Huh?
Cheese and kisses, that's a missus.
Sure.
Well,
Well, the crunk said to me, Piper Heidsieck the I suppose on that guy Storm and Strife and the Tommy Horner.
oh, wait a minute, I'm lost. Pipe?
Piper Heidsieck, that's just pipe.
Take a look.
Yeah, at the I suppose.
Oh, the nose.
Yeah, on that guy Storm and Strife and the Tommy Horner.
On his wife.
Huh?
In the corner.
Right.
Well, what happened?
The guy come over and punched the crunk in the snoot.
Why?
He was from Australia.
Oh.
Thanks, chum. I'll finish it myself.
Yes, sir.
Bang, bang, fella. Miss Dorothy,
Yes?
shall I telephone for a bottle and stopper?
A what?
A copper in the American vernacular.
Why, Foster, don't tell me you've been to Australia.
That's where I met Miss Storm and Strife. Mrs. Foster.
Oh.
Please forgive me, Miss Dorothy, but are you aware of the character of this gentleman?
Oh, I think so. Why?
Do you know he carries a lady from Bristol?
A what?
In American parlance, a rod, if you get what I mean.
Oh, well, don't be alarmed, Foster. I think it's part of his character. He carries it for balance.
Yes, Miss Dorothy.
Well, in one of the scenes not shown is he likes to carry around a roll of dimes, and he flips them up, just carry them well. Those dimes that you see falling down the stairs is when he's negotiated with the fellow who wouldn't give blankets to these poor people who needed them and overseas. And it's basically like saying, I'm not going to help Haiti out. But similar circumstances, there were a lot of people who were in bad conditions during the war. And so Cary Grant roles the guy, and so he's beginning to gain her confidence. But she thinks he's basically harmless, although he did resort to violence. But in this case, you kind of applaud the guy because the guy needed to be instructed otherwise. But another thing about this scene is they introduce a lingo that a friend of mine from Australia said was using, and it says this is often used, is they would, well, a few,
slang?
Yeah, like, well, they would bottle, he was explaining that, the butler was explaining to her that he had a lady from Bristol, which is a pistol, and the I suppose is the nose, the dots and dies are the eyes, the Barney Ferrer, which he later named his boat, is hair. So they use this all through the...
Did you ever see The Limey?
No.
You should check that out because that's same thing.
Same.
Guy who Englishman who's and he does Cockney rhyming slang, and so he'll say, "I'm going to take a butcher's around the place," and they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Butcher's hook? Look, I'm going to take a look around the place."
Right.
I read one. Garth Ennis had this one in a comic book, and he made a little slam on us Americans. He said something to a guy like, "How's life among the septics?" And he's like, "What do you mean septics?" He's like, "Septic tank, yank." We're septic tanks to him.
Well, there's a lot of that in this movie, and they use a lot of it. Not quite like that, but it's similar to it. But they use it, and it's just one of the many comic
cool.
bits in it. Yeah.
So
now he says it's Australian, and a friend of mine from Australia said they used it, but he's.
Yeah, I think it's English too. I think it's different parts of the world.
Cary Grant, in fact, he likes playing bits where he can play Cockney because that's his roots.
Right.
One of his, I think only a few of his many leads. He isn't the leading man who's dashing and all that. But he plays Cockney. Cockney.
But Cockney, that's a British.
Right. Right. So. From East London.
So I just wanted to ask you about, just again to sum this up. I mean, the whole thing of I think Cary Grant is somebody I've always kind of admired him. I haven't seen all of his films, but is the notion that is he just as good as a comedic actor as a dramatic actor? Is it about equal, or is he better at one or the other?
I think he's good at both. I mean, that's one reason why he's one of my favorite actors. Plus, that's one way my mom and I used to watch a lot of old movies. That's one reason why I'm into old movies. And she was. Well, she liked Clark Gable as well, but I particularly liked the Cary Grant movies because he had a bunch of screwball comedies. He was one of the kings of it, like Arsenic and Old Lace, where he acts nuttier than this. But, if your two beloved aunts were poisoning 10 or 13 guys and had them buried in the basement, you might be,
acting a little
squirrely as well. And his girl Friday, he's great. He overacts in that. And I love that film too. It's not quite my favorite, but it's in my top 10 of all-time movies.
Well, cool. I'll have to check it out, and Mr. Lucky and those other ones. And I recommend you do the same, viewer. You might have already seen Aliens. Maybe give it another look.
We could throw the popcorn on the 4, but I'm going to give it mine a 4.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're running short on popcorn here.
Right.
We don't have full kernels, but we're both.
And I haven't seen yours in a while, but it was at least a 3, if not a 4. It was a very good movie. So.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So there you go, folks. 2 of our favorites, and stick around for our next segment. Welcome back, folks, and welcome back, Wesley Whitfield.
Hello.
Dun, dun, dun. You might have remember Wesley from his triumphal commentary on whatever the hell that Wolfman movie was we watched back
The
then.
Mad Scientist flick. It was great.
That was kooky.
I loved it.
Good movie, but it had less sex appeal than the movie we're going to look at today.
Right.
Which is called Blood Tide. Doesn't that sound sexy?
Yeah, kind of.
And we've got one major headliner in this movie. You want to talk about our big headliner?
Yeah, deep voice.
Deep voice.
Good for voiceovers.
That's your first
narrators.
African American.
African American, and he was in Star Wars. the fourth and fifth and sixth ones?
Yeah, his voice anyway.
The voice, yeah.
I think they used him a little bit. Didn't they use him a little bit in Revenge of the Sith?
Might have been, yes.
Because then he becomes Vader, yeah. So. Yeah, good job, James Earl Jones, the man with 3 names.
He amazingly does look a little bit different in this
3
movie,
first
too.
names. Well, no. Does a little bit different. Yeah, he's a bad
look a little
guy.
different. He looks a little different.
He's
too.
leaner than I think
leaner,
he is.
Yeah, maybe he's leaner.
Crazier.
Yeah, crazier.
Quotes more Shakespeare than normal.
Absolutely.
From Othello. Which, by the way, you know, I mean, I guess to me at this point, knowledge of Shakespeare, knowledge of Othello, the only point of that is to recognize it in movies like this. And it's not even necessary because they point out that he's
oh, yeah, they do
doing,
actually, yeah.
He's doing lines from Othello. But the first time he quoted a line, I knew exactly what he was, you know, I kissed thee ere I killed thee. And then he, like, you know, kisses the guy. So that's something to look forward to. A villain, or, well, not really a villain. He's actually, you don't know what's going on with him, but a guy.
He's a henchman.
It's James Earl Jones, and he's doing Shakespeare. The other stars, in quotation, I guess we'll put former stars or whatever. We have Deborah Shelton, who I recognize from Body Double, which I think was made somewhere around this time period because she has the exact same look, the exact same hairstyle as far as I can tell. To me, she kind of looks like a latter-day Angelina Jolie or something like that.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, she didn't really. I think she
Penelope
worked
Cruz.
steadily from here onwards, but never did anything really major. But Body Double is a pretty awesome flick by Brian De Palma. And you were telling me somebody else that you recognize. I didn't recognize him.
Her brother, who's on the search for her, was Ralph Macchio's nemesis. Karate Kid.
The evil sensei.
I believe he is the sensei of the skeleton.
Yeah.
The
Martin
skeleton crew.
Cove with a K.
Martin Cove, yes. Who doesn't go in any of the coves in this movie.
The underground cove, the underwater cove.
That's true.
There's some cove work.
There is some cove work.
They're like, you got to be our dude because your last name is Cove.
It matches.
With a K. So yeah.
And actually, in Greece, I think the K would actually be used too instead of the C. I'm not positive.
Well, we know there are many coves in Greece.
Got to be.
So anyway, I guess we'll get to it, folks. The movie is called Blood Tide, and we'll pop up with our little witty commentary throughout. Let's take a look.
Before the dawn of civilization, in the early light of man's existence, life was an eternal struggle between good and evil. The ancients knew the way to placate the beast that lurked beneath the eternal sea and within the consciousness of man. Sacrifice. Virgin sacrifice. The practice of that bygone age died with the coming of civilization. But deep in the heart of man, the primeval urge to give new life to an ancient ritual lingers on.
I'm guessing that wasn't a Jesus fish he
Yeah.
painted on her for.
Might have been. You never know. Definitely not an ankh.
Although a little bit similar to an ankh.
Oh, maybe so.
Oh, ankh has a line coming down. Walking that catwalk to the sacrificial altar.
Oh nam shiba. Oh nam shiba. Oh nam shiba.
You gotta look stylish. You notice how they never like sacrifice a virgin who looks like somebody who might actually be a virgin?
Interesting. A purist.
You have to have a virgin that's really hot for some reason. That's the only thing the gods will take.
Yeah, it seems more improbable, I guess. What's this floating effigy?
I think it's our virgin. But end it all.
It is an inverted Jesus fish.
I just hope they leave the nudity in this, but this is JCTV. So you know, I actually thought would have been cool is if they left the nudity in and they put like our square of commentary like right across her breast. Here she comes. Oh, there it is. You probably didn't see that at home.
Those were olives. This is in Greece, right?
They were real though. And the credits. Oh no, not the credits. The coin.
Flip it.
Those have a lot of germs. Yeah. You ever worry about that?
No, I really don't.
But you know how much there's a lot of germs.
Oh, it's
yeah.
definitely bad.
Probably shouldn't put it in your mouth.
No. I think they usually put it on the eyes, don't they?
That's what I thought. They're doing that thing, like again, like the whole, you're sending them to the boatman across the river Styx, and the boatman wants his 2 bits or whatever.
Right,
you know.
2 bits.
But I never heard about putting it on the mouth. So.
Right. They knew better.
Yeah, it was the old school Greek way.
In
Blood Tide.
What happened to the water?
No, it's coming back. I do like, the one thing I'll say is that logo was, pretty friggin' awesome.
You think it was
Rest
nightmarish?
Of the movie, I don't know. They put a lot of effort into the logo, not the rest of it.
Put the top back on.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the perfect music to seduce you with.
Music.
Oh, come on, let's go get your sister.
Did you ever see the Hebrew version of the bouzouki?
Let's go, come on.
If I was a very rich man.
If your sister resembles a rock at all, we're going to have a lot of trouble finding her. You've got to get this archway. Wait a minute. Let me have your bag.
This looks like the Alamo. I tell you, it looks just like the Alamo.
The Alamo's been done, dear.
I know, darling, but it's so much like the
Here,
Alamo.
let me steady you backwards.
Honey, easy, but don't hold my arm. Don't hold my arm. Let me focus.
Sorry.
I love this camera. I love this camera.
Okay.
Little bastard.
Hello. Was that your cat? That's a very dumb thing to do to a cat, you know.
The children do not speak English. Is it your boat which has landed at our dock? Mr. Grice, it is not often that visitors happen on Cinnarron. I am the mayor of Cinnarron. I would know when somebody entered her walls.
Well, we spoke to Mr. Evangelou, and he had reason to believe that my sister Madeline came here. She had a strange interest in this island, some particular curiosity. He mentioned something about a monastery. Is there a monastery here?
Many islands have monasteries.
No, they don't.
Which ones?
If there's any chance, my family, my people are very concerned. She's been out of touch for over 4 months. This is a picture of Madeline, taken about 3 years ago. Her hair is probably a lot longer now.
You say your sister is an artist?
Yes, an artist.
She is very Paphos was once a place for artists. I no longer know. Santorini, possibly. These are places you should be. You are disappointed I can help you no more. I'm sorry. Dionisi! Dionisi! Chiaro, grazie.
Did you call him Dionysius?
Dionisi.
But it's like Dionysius, the god of wine and theater. That's really neat to have an innkeeper called Dionysius who sells wine. How Greek.
You are on Greek soil.
Seen her?
Le bien stai cuisinando. He is an old man.
It's okay.
The morning's weather promises good for sailing, Mr. Grice. Today, fleets must pray for petroleum instead of wind to send them along. But you will have a pleasant journey nonetheless. Rise with the sun. Yasu.
Yasu. To your health, right?
A word of many meanings. Among them, goodbye.
It also means, I think your boyfriend's hot.
Yeah. I thought he was saying, yeah, so...
Death to America?
What are we talking about? What's this toast about?
What's the matter?
You know, I don't believe a word those guys are telling me. I think Madeline's here somewhere.
Madeline?
I don't know. I couldn't see. Wait here.
The fountain from which my current runs, or else dries up.
Would you stop it?
To be discarded, that's... You then have the office opposite to St. Peter and keep the gate of hell.
Madeline!
You worry, you.
No! It's okay. He's my brother.
I kissed thee, ere I killed thee. No way. But this...
Neil!
Meet my sister.
Well, here's to the family reunion.
All right, let's cut the out of here, man, huh? What's going on here, Madeline? I come to this crazy island to look for you, and your friend here takes a knife to my throat. Who are you, anyway? Some latter-day Paul Robeson spewing Shakespeare to the natives.
Don't mind Fry. He played Othello once in college and never quite got over it.
Oh, Othello in college. Okay, my Midsummer Night's Dream.
Rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace.
Cut it out, Fry.
Okay. You weren't expected, and the natives here aren't exactly friendly.
Speaking of the natives, Madeline, they don't even know who you are. I showed them a picture, and they didn't even recognize you. And I know that you two stick out here like Man Friday and Mrs. Caruso.
Personally, I think the natives here are the ones that stick out. And there's no explaining their little ways, unless Madeline can explain it. She's gone a little native herself lately.
What are you talking about, Madeline?
I'm fine. I paint, draw. I'm fine. It was stupid of Father to send you off on your honeymoon.
Well, it wasn't really a honeymoon. It was kind of a vacation after the event.
So, little brother's gotten married.
Yeah, well, it was his idea. I mean, we were living together. We were really happy, but he wanted to make it legal. Your brother is really straight. Did you know that?
It's nice to see somebody in the family is.
Shut up, Fry.
I didn't finish the flow. It got dark and I got pooped. He makes me clean the boat. Every day sometimes. Thinks salt water's bad for it. Thing he doesn't know is the water in this place is worse.
I make you do what?
Well, he doesn't make me, I guess. I guess I'd go stir crazy if I didn't do something. Oh, wow, what am I doing? I'm sorry. My name's Barbara. Call me back.
I'm Neil. This is Sherry.
Pleasure.
I'm Madeline's brother.
Oh, I bet that's your hot boat down at the dock, huh? Expensive.
Yeah, it's rented. We got it in Athens.
Oh, neat. Does it have a compressor to fill air tanks? I mean, a good one?
Yeah. We brought our dive gear. But I didn't think it'd be so difficult to get tanks here.
Oh, you better believe it. They're against the law here, you know. They don't like people to take things out of the water. No scuba tanks, boy. If they ask you, you just tell them you're fishing.
You dive, I take it.
Sponge diving. Bit off season, of course, but you find them marvelous.
Sponges? What do you mean sponges? I thought it was those...
Joke, Barbara. Like your sister, I'm a bit of an amateur archaeologist myself. Only I worked on below and she works on top of the hill. It's really more interesting on top of the hill, isn't it, Madeline? Why don't you tell them about the priceless discovery you've made, dear? I hear the nuns really love it.
I'm sure they're not interested. You're being a bore, Fry. I don't want to be one, too.
You're not staying for dinner?
No, I must go.
Is she all right?
That's just mad, Madeline. Whoops, I'm sorry. She's your sister. Well, she's not really... Well, she's just a little, you know, kind of...
Shut up, Barbara.
You ignorant slut.
Hey, give me a little massage, will you? First, fourth, and seventh vertebrae, please.
Okay. Now that we're married, no more pampering. Oh. How's that? You know? Yeah. Now, I know something's bothering you. You want a little hug therapy? A little primal scream? How about some S&M? Come on. You're worried about talk.
Ooh, I guess I am. I mean, it's been quite a day, you know. Sadistic little bastards throwing black cats in my face. Old men with bad memories. Some guy takes a knife to my jugular.
It's jugular.
Jugular. And my sister has seemed to gone completely nuts.
I hear that Mexico is much worse, too.
Yeah, much worse.
Okay. Look, it's really simple. Your sister's into some good drugs, and Fry's giving her a decent price.
Well, I wouldn't put it past her. But I think Fry's a crook.
Was I kissing too loud?
No. You hear it?
It's a boat. Come on, you worry too much. Nobody's gonna steal our boat.
Barbara! Flippers!
You know, I was thinking, this place down there, the place you keep going down to, scares me when you go down there. Why can't you find some place up here to look? How to get down there anyway? You said it was up.
Barbara, long time ago, it was up here. Then came the big earthquake. Now it's down there. Got it?
Hmm.
Now remember, no lights, no sound, okay? this cause. It's all settled it. Small innocent death. Yet she must die, or else she'll betray more men. Now, you just don't dare. Good luck to you, Mr. Jack Daniels. Put out the light. Put out the light. Another day.
I come here all the time. It's kind of my private place. I call it Little Malibu. You can walk here, but I'd much rather drive your boat.
Oh, yeah?
I love your machine. It's so cute. Hey, Fry! Look at this thing Neil's got. Can we get one?
You get me a melon.
Can we have one, please?
Hey! And a loaf of bread.
You know, you don't have to let him talk to you that way.
Oh. It has its compensation.
Yeah? Like what?
I could tell you a lot of things.
It's okay. I understand. I've got one just for you. Why? You know, you don't have any strap marks at all? Right. Meditating? TM. Zen. I tried to meditate for a while, but I kept, you know, finding myself thinking about where my khaki pants were, whether they went to the laundry or the cleaners, something.
There you go.
Who told you to bring a knife? You don't cut watermelon with a knife.
No, big man. Yeah. Well, Neil and I were talking the other night, and he said that he'd missed your last 2 birthdays, so we decided we'd just get you a little something. Here, Madeline. Madeline. Madeline, it's a birthday present. We didn't know what you wanted, so we just got the most expensive one we could find. It's really expensive. It's not toilet water, Madeline. You don't want to get it on your hair. Are you okay?
Perfume are you wearing?
It's not me. It's the new perfume your sister is drenched in.
Come on.
Look, if you hadn't been so busy back there playing with your brand new silly toy from Abercrombie & Fitch, you would have noticed that your sister drenched herself in 4 ounces of Jean Patou Best.
What are you talking about?
She poured the entire bottle of our perfume all over herself. Look, I don't know why she did it, but I'm worried about her.
What the hell? I think we hit something.
You hit something, all right. One of your props is cracked.
Well, what'd you see? A log, a shoal, what?
I don't know.
Look, we have the finest depth sounder money can buy. I mean, it says we're in 300 feet of water.
You know, it doesn't really sound that bad. Why don't you try it full throttle for a minute? They don't really hate Americans.
They do get a bit restless.
You have damaged your boat? A young girl went swimming in these waters this morning. She has not yet returned. She is still missing.
Jesus, you think we hit her? We're a mile and a half out of port.
No boat will sail on our seas.
You're crazy.
Amigo deep.
Best to play their game. These Greeks aren't known for their rationality. Give them 24 hours. They'll lay out a barbecue for you.
Madeline, there is trouble in the village.
There's a young lady missing, and they fear she may have drowned.
Ο Χριστός μαζί της. Sister Anna wishes to see you, Madeline.
Thank you.
Ο Χριστός μαζί σου.
You've been down to the village.
My brother's come to visit me. I was with him today. There's a girl missing, and the village men are trying to blame him.
Those of the village blame the sun and the wind for their misfortune as well. May Christ be with her. This faded icon, which for so long sat draped at our altar, has brought you many hours of happiness. And to us as well, in Christ.
My reading, I discovered many such icons. But it's quite something else to have discovered one for myself. The original painting was covered by centuries of candle fumes. The image's disappearance was considered a miracle, but of course it remained intact under the soot. When I began to expose the colors, I found another layer beneath. And by using the stripping process I told you of, I removed the first icon, remounted it, and beneath, what is it, sister?
I'm not sure. I think I like the other one more. Good triumphs over evil. This one, it is almost as if evil were about to triumph over good.
Perhaps it's just a question of style.
Oh, please, Madeleine. Sometimes you forget I'm just a simple woman. All I know that I'm glad Saint Michael kills the dragon. There is something you haven't told me.
Sister Anna, I've discovered that there's a third layer beneath this one. It would seem very, very old.
Madeleine, it disturbs me that you have stopped taking the Holy Communion.
It's the wood from the panel. It's very, very old. It would date the layer of the third icon.
This icon is a work under Jesus Christ. It could not possibly be older than him.
The men in the village knew it. They told me it was made extinct by a blight in 1521 BC, before Christ. The men in the village told me.
Take the bread of the Eucharist, the chalice, and be one with the body of Christ.
Focus, girl.
Don't antagonize him.
Antagonize him? Are you aware that these people are holding us hostage here? I wish this was a machine gun, and I could play the Great Escape.
Wait a minute. Now look, if they don't have a telephone line, they've got to have a two-way radio, or at least a marine radio. Think about that.
Take it easy. Fry and Matt don't seem to run into this before.
This beats the Jane Fonda work all on the hell.
Gosh, I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
This chair, this should be like one of those infomercials. And the exercise chair.
I'll sell the sand removal device.
Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with this.
I feel better already.
This movie is much more interesting.
Yeah, no more coins.
No more coins. So the beauty part here, of course, is that if you do that kind of thing, you're going to attract attention, which you know, but then anybody who looks at you is a pervert, right?
Right. So it's just setting up the stage, I guess, for the downfall.
Dirty old man! I thought you Greeks only like little boys.
Where'd she get that from?
No, we're staring at a naked woman, so why are you giving us the racist Greek stereotype about little boy? I mean, what?
What? I never even heard it.
Makes no sense.
Oh! Oh, there's that hand.
The hand.
Hi.
You're not perverts. Come join me in the water. Save my life.
Why do I linger so far off the beaten path, so long past my welcome? Beaten paths are for beaten men.
Μοιραία, ένα σκάφος έρχεται. Έλα στην πλατεία, βρήκαμε ένα καχαρία.
Who is there? Ένα λεπτό. Ένας.
Jesus, the hell is this, Labor Day weekend?
Ένας. Γιάννη, τι? Ησυχία, παρακαλώ. Αφήστε το Γιάννη να μιλήσει.
Την είδαμε την ξανθιά κοπέλα. Είχε ανοιχτεί βαθιά και την έφαγε ο Καρχαρίας.
They say there was a shark that attacked the girl.
The woman who was missing?
No.
Ο Καρχαρίας εκεί που καθόμαστε έτρωγε την κοπέλα. Είδαμε εκεί που με τα μάτια μας και είδαμε την κοπέλα και έτρωγε ο Καρχαρίας την κοπέλα.
There was a shark attack.
She disappeared into the sea. She never came back.
There aren't any goddamn sharks in these waters. Barbara?
No. It's the woman from the village.
Barbara! Barbara!
Όπου πάντες οι Άγιοι σου αναπαύονται, ανάπαυσον και την ψυχή των δούλων σου, ότι μόνος υπάρχεις αθάνατος. Άγιος Ισχυρός, Άγιος Αθάνατος ελεήσον ημάς. Άγιος ο Θεός, Άγιος Ισχυρός, Άγιος Αθάνατος ελεήσον ημάς. Άγιος Ισχυρός, Άγιος Ισχυρός, Άγιος Αθάνατος ελεήσον ημάς. Δώσκα Πατρί και Υιό και Άγιο Πνευμάτιο και νυν και αΐ και εις τους αιώνας.
Σταμάτα! Σταμάτα!
Hiere ton ithaton the, tu artikiris, perimenunt in parthena, stomasu. Hiere, hiere, hiere.
Hiere, hiere, hiere.
Stamata!
No. You do your voodoo on your own people!
Fare for Karen, Mr. Fry, in order that he may ferry these poor spirits beyond the river Styx. Here, hole to Harunta, here, here, here.
Here, here, here.
You stupid old bastard.
Λύθη, έλα μαζί μας να παίξουμε. Η Λύθη θα μείνει στο σπίτι. Δεν μπορεί να έρθει μαζί σας, τα ακούτε? Και στη σπίτια στον δρόμο. Δρόμο!
Fry! Fry! Hey, Fry! Fry! Fry!
What could that bastard be doing down there?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, well, I was just thinking that I went through all this trouble to get these tanks. I just figured I'd go down and blow one off.
She just told you not to think
about
about it.
Well, how hard is that? Ralph Macchio will kick your butt.
Okay, this is the part I think you were mentioning how this movie's so dark you can't figure out what's going on sometimes. I think this is James Earl Jones here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a good time as any to give our James Earl Jones impressions.
Okay, go for it.
We should all try at some point. So this is Othello.
Okay.
What it put out the light and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, I can again thy former light relume. Should I repent me? So,
I like that. That was
James
really
Earl
good.
Jones. Or Obi-Wan trained you well, young Skywalker.
Yeah, it just had to be you, Mad Maddie's little brother. You know, you're quite a family. A screwed up virgin and a spoiled, nosy kid. What are you anyway? Just another poor little rich kid looking for kicks. What's your particular bag, huh? Ecology? Huh? Global politics?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But take this damn thing out of my face.
What I'm talking about is you're getting on my back. Sneaking down here out of school hours. Screwing up. For reasons best known to yourself.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Fry. What is it you think I've done? Say you're a broken down diver trying to pick up a few bucks. I don't give a I expected a guy like you in a hole like this. But for what it's worth, this is the first time I've been down here.
If you didn't screw up my gear, who in the hell did?
What are you doing?
What the hell do you look like I'm doing? Get my laundry together. I'm getting the hell out of here. You have any sense, you do the same thing. You and Whitey, go. Just do it. Scram. Because I tell you, this old sucker's got me scared.
What about my sister?
What about your sister? Your sister? Listen, Madeline was the one who brought me to this place. The trip to this little island was her idea. Yeah, she found this hole all by herself. You got it? Madeline found it, not me. And one day, something got to her. Just like it's getting to me right now. And it's gonna get to you. This morning they buried 2 women, and one of them, strangely enough, I was quite fond of. Yeah, time is running out for all of us.
You're being too aggressive. You're gonna alienate her. What if he's lying? Madeline finding an underwater cave. Do you believe it?
I do. Madeline!
Shh. This must be Madeline's room. Oh, this is the icon she was talking about.
You must leave at once. Madeline is under the sanctity of Saint Cosmos. Here is sacred ground.
I've come to take my sister home.
You cannot enter. You have brought here nothing but death on this island with your boats and machine. You must leave at once. Get out! Get out!
Madeline!
Neil, come on!
Look, there's nothing more I'd rather do than get off this island. With my sister! Madeline! Madeline, we're not leaving this island without you.
Come on!
Madeline, we'll be waiting for you.
mother's. I searched.
And, what did you find, Mr. Fry? You have seen your death, Mr. Fry.
You picked up your gear and went for the hills, Hopalong.
What?
What are you doing here?
Grab your loot and head to the hills.
Oh. You two haven't heard.
What?
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 What? What were you going to say?
Just another happy little day on Cimarron. Bunch of happy little kids. Tried to murder a little girl. Her mommy jumps in, tries to save her, and gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble what?
What?
What did you see?
You know me. Oldest lifeguard on the beach. Plunged right in. Grabbed the little... Tried to save her from...
From what?
Fry, from what?
Save her from what? Fry!
Mylin, not tonight. I have fear tonight. There is evil about. Come and pray. Come.
I can't. What I've started, I must finish.
Neil, I'm scared. Do something.
Do what, Mrs. Rice? Please do not interfere with our local customs. At best, it will be ill-mannered. At worst, it would be sacrilege. You come here as tourists, we offer you a little local color. A young girl going to communion.
Crazy old devil. What new evil are you trying to conjure up now?
Mr. Fry, there is no such thing as new evil. Evil is old and has always been with us. And far from conjuring it up, the small ritual which you are witnessing had its origins thousands of years ago and was designed to ward off, to placate evil. The same evil that you, Mr. Fry, have disturbed and aroused from its ancient sleep.
Are you asking us to believe that some thing out there in the sea, loose, is going to keep on killing until some stupid bitch sacrifices herself to it?
Not just out there, Mr. Grice. The legend tells that it moves freely between land and sea. And not just any woman. The woman in question will know. She will realize her destiny and give herself freely. She will find fulfillment. And we, peace.
Whoa.
She looks totally fulfilled to me.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Sign me up. Well, human sacrifice. Looks like I'm going to be having sex with some kind of werewolf creature. Let's do this.
Let's get cracking.
Oh no. Sinister monastery.
Which island?
Well, they are on many islands.
Many islands.
Sneaky nuns.
Ooh. What is?
And a guy who really needs to get one of those. What do you call that? What do you call it when you go to the dentist? The worst thing they can do to you.
Root canal?
Root canal. He needs like 8 root canals.
Oh my God.
Dionisi, Nero, παρακαλώ.
Παναγία μου.
Monster. Madeline.
So, the little virgin is finally going to give up herself. It's down there. I saw it.
Madeline! Madeline! Madeline!
Hold him.
Listen, do you have any extra regulators, some tanks, a spear gun?
Thus.
Fry!
Get to the anchor.
Heaving bosoms.
Heaving. Want that coin. Want that coin.
Oh, man. Did you ever see the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yes.
I had a friend of mine who said, talked about the scene where Jennifer Love Hewitt has like a tight white t-shirt on, and then it gets wet, and then she ends up in a whole, like a vat of ice cubes. And my friend said, now there's a director who's thinking. Oh, that crazy Greg. So you're not doing the ritual right. You're not supposed to be wearing any clothes.
Right, just coins.
Totally not going to work.
Just the coin.
The coin and the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be a virgin, and you got to be hot.
There must be a monastery on many islands. Oh my gosh. It's James Earl Jones. Hope she made a wish.
Wow, this is like, what's that movie, When in Rome?
Yes.
That monster's totally going to fall in love with her.
Mm-hmm. I'd get out of the caldera as fast as possible.
Took by the throat the circumcised dog and smote him thus.
Fly!
Get up!
On the regulator, Maverick. Just put it in your mouth. Yeah, just breathe. I'll do the rest. Come on. Matt!
Over.
It's gonna be all right.
Well, you know, occasionally there's a shot in the movie like that last shot that makes me think that somebody almost knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
In this movie, like that's kind of a cool shot.
It is a good shot.
Yeah. You know, I think it looks like authentic to me. It looks like they're in some other country. I don't know if they're actually in Greece or whatever, but there's a lot of outdoor scenes. So you got
Yeah.
The one thing I got to rag on for this movie though that we haven't mentioned so far is that it's got a truly hellish soundtrack in parts, and obviously it's just like the music playing in the native whatever. If that's Greek music though, you know, no thank you. It kind of just sounds like a cat being strangled.
I think it kind of subdued the whole movie in a weird way.
Subdued the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, every time I was like reaching for, it's one of those like the dialogue, you got to crank it up, and then here comes the music in the background. Like volume.
Yeah.
Hate that. At any rate, we got to see a little, hot chicks
Little watery maiden. Little watery maiden.
We got to see a beast that, well, in part, they worked at least on the head.
Yeah, it might not have been fully assembled, yeah.
One of the hands.
A confidential beast.
That would have been my first notice if I was a producer of this movie. You need to have a better, I mean, come on, even Creature from the Black Lagoon, they got a guy in a rubber suit to trounce around and swim and that kind of stuff.
The whole assembly's
yeah,
there.
I get like they're imitating Jaws in parts, like you don't show a lot at first, but eventually Jaws shows you a lot. I mean, that thing jumps out of the water, and we need to be a little more freaked out by some of this stuff. So, but they had some kind of, I don't know, there was some interesting theme going on here about a conflict between like Catholicism and paganism and that kind
even
of
just old versus contemporary.
Right, yeah, but
and outsiders versus the native inhabitants,
Don't
It's
know our primal Greek ways.
They don't. No, not at all.
Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed the flick, and we invite you to come back next month or however long it takes us to get the next episode through. Oh, by the way, you remember the sign off for the show?
Golly, I do not remember.
It's Keep Poppin', Colonel. Got it?
Got
Ready?
it.
Okay, so till next time, folks.
Keep poppin', Colonel.